Goddamn. Goddamn.
It has been what?
Bruh, I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a while. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. But welcome back to the Fake Critics podcast.
Yeah.
Hey. Guys, there's been a couple updates. You can actually see us now. How we feeling? How we feeling?
Good.
Hello, YouTube family. Literally properly. But yeah, if you're new here, welcome to the Fake Critics podcast. We're your hosts, Morenike and Ezugo. And on this podcast, we literally talk about film, TV, everything to do with the film and TV industry.
Yep.
We review the latest releases, old releases. We discuss hot topics. Yep. It's basically a one-stop shop to film and TV.
Yeah, and a bit of banter. So because it's been so long, I'm just going to re-go over the structure so you guys know. So we usually start off with like a sweet and salty question, which is usually a this or that question or a would you rather question. Yeah. After that, we go into hot topics that are happening right now in the industry. Then after that, we just delve into what we're talking about today. Make sense? Makes sense.
I feel like we need to get jingles to like add to like the different sections.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It's coming, guys. But anyways, so today's sweet and... Wait, hold on. Where have we been?
Where have we been? Tell them.
We've been doing nothing, guys. We've just been here chatting about this podcast.
We've literally just been talking about the podcast. We've been like seeing things that you want to talk about.
Oh my God.
We're like, yeah, we're just going to podcast today. For whatever reason, we just didn't do it.
Literally. It just didn't happen.
So today we're rectifying that. From today,
we're going
to be present. We're going to be here.
Every Monday.
Week in.
7 a.m.
Week out.
Listen. All right, guys. So today's sweet and salty question is, drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. So the sweet and salty question for today is, would you rather have one get out of jail free card or a key that could open any door?
A key that could open any door.
Same. Why would I want to go to jail?
I'm not doing in prison.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's and that means I'd committed a crime.
That's long.
I feel like the only crime I'd commit would actually be stealing cash out of the tills. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there's any crime. No, but I don't think there's any crime that I'd want to commit that would make me want to use a get out of jail free card.
Useless crime.
How is it useless?
Imagine going to jail for taking money out of a car. That is just useless.
It's a living crisis out here. I'm gonna take some money out.
You're gonna take what? At most, let's say £500, if that. Out of a car for this jail, for prison.
Okay.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. So what crime would you think is worthy of using the get out of jail free card for? That's what I'm saying, to steal money.
You said cash register. Or what is going down to the little corner shop and just taking £5 out of the till?
Yeah, but the thing is, who's got time to be there calculating a big heist?
Mate, this is your life. You go to prison, Do
you know what? I hear you, no, real talk.
If you're going to go to prison,
it'll be a heist. It'll be a heist.
That's
Facts.
just it.
For me, it's just as long as I'm getting money from my crime, that's all I care about. Then I can use my get out of free jail card.
The Bible says that the love
we're not talking
of
about
money is
the Bible right now.
Of all evil.
God damn.
You can see what's happening here.
What?
This is begins. This is Genesis.
No, because what other crime am I going to commit? What am I going to steal trainers?
I don't know. It might not be stealing. It might be fraud.
Exactly, for money.
To be fair.
That's what I'm saying. Everything leads back to money, my G.
That's
yeah, so what?
The Bible's
because you're saying you want to have a key that opens any door. What door are you trying to open?
Door to a bank.
Bro, get out of here,
door
man.
To a safe.
Get out of here, man.
You never know.
Get out of here.
Yeah. That is at any door. That's literally any door. I want to know what's being guarded behind all the safes. Yeah. You keep it that.
I wish there was a door that could literally open all of the world's biggest mysteries. Things that we actually don't have the answer to. So, for example, the Alcatraz prison, yeah? And the 3 people that broke out of that prison. No one knows if they actually made it. Things like that rack my brain literally every day. I want to know the answer. So if I could have a key that opened doors to mysteries.
A key that...
Do you get it?
Physical key.
A physical
that opens
key
a physical door to intangible mysteries. Nikki.
Facts. That is the key that I want personally. I want that key.
What sense
because,
does that make?
There are better questions on this earth where it's none of us know the answer. And I want to know those answers before I die.
But what makes you think they're going to be behind the door?
No, but that's what I'm saying. If the key opened that door, I'm gonna take the key.
No, but you say it.
But in this case, to answer the question,
You know what I'm saying?
I answered the question.
You got left.
No.
How did we get here?
I'm saying, yeah, out of the question, get out of jail free card and the key that opens any door, I'll choose the get out of jail free card so I can do a heist and steal money.
Because you're a criminal.
But if that key that we're talking about opened mysterious doors where I could know all of the world's mysteries, I'm gonna choose the key.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose the key. I mean, regardless of what it
But
opens.
but my question to you is what doors are you trying to open with that key? Doors to banks. That's so dead.
Doors to banks. No, it's not dead. If I can get a door to a
You
safe,
might as well take you might as well take the get out of jail free card.
why would I think about planning a heist when I can just get a key that opens the door, take what I need and bounce?
No. But how are you bouncing? Do you understand it? All you have is the key, Maggie. Where you going? Where you going? All you've got is the key to get into that door.
Still, okay, even if I was going to do a heist, you're going off the premise that you're going to get caught. I'm not planning to get caught.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get caught, but I've got the. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm gonna get caught, but I've got the card.
Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
not going to jail.
But you get
That's
caught.
why my answer's
You
better than
lose
yours.
all the earnings, and you still go in jail. The thing is, you come out with nothing. I'm going with the key. At least if I get caught, alright, cool, I'm doing time. But if I don't get caught, I've got what I wanted.
Okay, so you're
Right.
saying because I'm
The
going to
key,
jail.
wait, bro. Listen, there's no. I'm saying, bro, but yeah.
Sorry,
Nah.
But okay, I get it because you're saying the get out of jail free card. They're gonna seize my possessions anyway. But I might have hit it.
Obviously, they don't belong to you
I
because you
might have
stole.
hit it.
You think this is, what do you think you are? What's this guy? What's this the one that stole money and the ones who found him? Cooper.
That's what I'm saying. But if I had the key, did you get it? If I had the key that answered that door, I'll say, where is DB Cooper?
DB Cooper.
I say, God, where is DB Cooper? Could you get it?
Yeah, I get what you mean, but DB Cooper probably won't be behind the door. But hey,
No, but the answer to what happened, like he
It's gonna
took
be
the
behind
money,
the door.
where did he go? What you get what I'm saying? It's gonna be behind that mysterious door. That's the key that I want. Moving on. Moving
Alright.
on to hot topics. Do you want to take over this one?
hot topics. Yeah, we can get some jingles and just press buttons.
Yeah, man. We need jingles, guys. We need
so
jingles.
we're actually back. Obviously, we're back with the cameras. Better.
Better quality, better
quality,
visuals.
better visuals.
There's actually visuals now.
Yes.
There weren't visuals before.
In the last two we had, it was just a wall and a door, and me, and us, or her. This time round, obviously, you see what's going on. We also bought some new equipment, so we can do a lot more stuff, which is good. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify, you can actually watch obviously this. You'll be watching this on Spotify. Number one. Number two, we're gonna start doing polls. So we want to really get you guys involved in some of the speaker questions, any kind of questions we have throughout the conversation. We're gonna do polls and Q&As, and yeah, if you're on Spotify or listen on Spotify, you can engage with them. So please do.
That means you can answer the question, guys. What
Yeah,
would
what
you
would you
actually,
do?
what would you pick?
Let's start there.
What would you pick? Would you pick the get out of jail free card?
Let's
Or would you
start there.
pick the key that opens any door?
Bear in mind the key that's it's
Obviously.
not a mystery door. It's just a normal natural door that you can open up. Okay, just
Yeah.
a normal door.
Boy. Anyways, child. On to the hot topics.
Hot topics.
Hot
Right.
top- what
Okay,
if-
so because we were
what-
very late, we're not seriously.
What if I
clearly.
create a jingle? Hot topics, hot topics. Jeez. Hey, if we just use that. So I'll sing the jingle every week, guys, until we get that jingle. All right, let's start again. Right, now on to hot topics. Hot topics today. Hey. All right, cool, let's go.
So our first hot topic is happened a couple months ago.
I beg.
It is to do with the Oscars. Obviously,
Let me preface by saying this.
Go.
So this Oscars was obviously, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel. It was his third time hosting the Oscars. And amazing moments happened before we get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
For example, Michelle Yeoh, who was, I don't know how to pronounce her name properly, but Michelle, she was the first ever Asian actress, period, to win Best Supporting Actress for her role in Everything Everywhere All at Once. And her co-star as well.
Boy, did she act in that film.
And you know what I really loved is that when she won, she said something where she was like, don't let anyone ever tell you that you're past your prime. Like she's past her Hollywood prime, quote unquote, but she just won an Oscar. And also her co-star as well, Ki Hui Kwan. He also won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah.
So those were really, really amazing moments. I want to just point out before we get into the
Yeah. I guess if you were kind of paying attention at the Oscars at the time when it was going on, we all know that what's her name? Jamie Lee.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
She won. What did she win again?
She won. What did she win? She won Best Supporting Actress.
Best Supporting Actress for Everything All at Once. For everything.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys have watched that film, you know, okay, first of all, the film's amazing. The film is absolutely hilarious. It's great. It's just an amazing kind of indie. Is it indie? I think it's an indie film.
I would classify it as an indie film.
Yeah. It was really good. It was a really good, fun watch. But Jamie Lee Curtis, her performance was okay. Like, I'm not going to come here and bash her because the problem we have here, obviously, is a comparison. So let me just say, she won Best Supporting Actress for her role in that film. But there were other nominees, obviously, but one of them, obviously, mainly being Angela Bassett for her role in Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. And if you've watched Wakanda Forever, you know how she was in that film.
Have I not given everything?
She was supreme. And for Jamie Lee Curtis to win that Oscar, honestly was, I'm just gonna say surprising. I think that's the word I can use without being too rude. But it was surprising to say the least. I think not just because of who they both are, or who Angela Bassett is, but just because of the fact that in the actual film, Jamie Lee didn't do much. Like, with all due respect, like, she didn't, like, I don't think her role, like, she wasn't a front enough character for her role to
even be nominated in the Oscars
for that category. So the fact that she was not only nominated but also won it was mind blowing. Given the fact that there were 3 other ladies in that category who, outside the performances, like, yeah. So it was confusing.
It was confusing, and I feel like there were so many layers to it. Obviously, one, not just surface level. Jamie Lee Curtis's character in Everything Everywhere All at Once was actually annoying. Like, and it's not even because I didn't even know, like, it wasn't even, like, her character was just annoying. Just,
she was meant to be annoying.
So your character,
she done it well.
Yeah, no, she done that well, but you were annoying. Do you know what I mean? But just even like past that, this isn't the first time that Angela's been nominated in this category and she hasn't won. So obviously for Angela, it's deeper on that level. But thirdly, it's the fact that what she was nominated for the Oscar was the first time ever that a superhero or a Marvel movie has been nominated for an Oscar. Now you need to think about how great her performance was.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, when it comes to these kind of situations, I always just think, you know what? There's really no point in debating it and kind of giving my opinion or giving my perspective. I will when I can, but you just need to watch both of the films. You need to watch everything Everywhere All at Once, and you need to watch Wakanda Forever, and you'll just get the answer.
Exactly.
That's just it. There isn't a conversation.
Genuinely, I'm agreeing. Yeah, like I don't think it's a conversation. It's just fact at this point. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, if you compare the 2 performances, not even who they are as actresses, just their 2 performances in Wakanda Forever and Everything Everywhere All at Once, they're just not comparable.
They're miles apart. But yeah, that was the Oscars.
That
was pretty much the highlight of the Oscars for me personally.
That was genuinely my only takeaway from those Oscars. Obviously, Rihanna performed.
Yeah, she performed Lift Me Up, and that was good. She performed really well to me.
Yeah, she's so cute with her baby bump.
I think better than everyone was expecting her to perform, to be honest with you.
No, definitely. I just think I'm not a fan of the song. I've never been a fan of the song, man.
Fair.
It's just like, the song is like 3 lines long as well, and it just drags for 3 minutes. Like,
the song is cute.
Yeah, okay.
But on to the main topic.
What
we saying?
What we're saying, guys, is if you don't watch Snowfall, what are you doing? So this main topic is going to be all about Snowfall. So we're currently on the last season of Snowfall, and it just makes no sense to wait until the whole show is over to discuss it, because that is how mad it is right now. But yes, we're going to be talking about Snowfall. Should I do a jingle for the main topic? Main topic today. Hey, cool. All right, so Snowfall is a crime drama series that was created by the late John Singleton, and it stars Damson Idris as Franklin Saint. It also has what's her name?
It also has Amin Joseph as Jerome, Angela Lewis as Louie, Carter Hudson as Teddy, and the list literally goes on. Like all the actors in the show are amazing. So yeah, it was created by John Singleton, and a lot of us know John Singleton from, you know, Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice. If you haven't watched those films either, guys, have you watched Poetic Justice and Boys in the Hood?
Watch Boys in the Hood. I think I watch Poetic Justice.
Fake critic at his finest.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think you came here for? Real?
What?
What do you mean, real critics? We're fake here.
So the series is based on the crack epidemic that happened during the 1980s in South LA, so in California, mainly actually in Compton-ish area.
Yeah.
Compton, yeah. So it just follows that, and we follow Damson's character, who's Franklin, and he's the main character. And we just follow him on this journey from him being your normal guy that works at a corner shop to basically being a huge crime boss. But right now in the last season, so he's been working with the CIA to sell drugs and to sell crack in America or in Los Angeles. But at this point, the CIA person that he was working with has stolen every single thing that he's worked for. And in the midst of this, he's got a pregnant girlfriend. He's fighting his family. It's just a whole heap of mess. But this is the last season. And I think the season is essentially just showing us, or the whole point of the season is to show us how the crack epidemic affected different people, families, the black community, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're talking about today.
I think we need to really need to highlight and make a point of the fact that this is actually real. This whole kind of show is actually based off of a real story. So in terms of the CIA,
It happened.
That was real. So they obviously sourced cocaine for these drug leaders, drug lords, whatever you want to call them, and they sold them in the black communities, and they used the profit from that to fund a war.
Yeah.
In Nicaragua, right?
Bloody Nicaragua. Like when I think about it, it actually gets me so angry.
It's actually insane.
Like they targeted black neighborhoods knowing that the crack would sell and destroy neighborhoods, but use the money to fund wars for America.
It's
and the
crazy.
craziest thing is that, because obviously, guys, I'm literally a research head, so I literally researched a real person. His name's Rick Ross, Freeway Rick Ross, etc., etc. But him being the real person that the story is actually about, he didn't even know that he was working with the CIA. And they literally had like these whole conferences where the CIA was literally put on trial and the CIA were denying any involvement, until obviously today we know that it actually happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when you really think about how deep the story actually runs, it's crazy.
Deep.
It's deep.
It's really deep.
So we checked the ratings. Rotten Tomatoes gave Snowfall 90% and the audience gave it 89%, which is, I think, spot on. Literally spot on. So yeah, let's get into it. Season 6, Snowfall. What are you saying? What are you actually saying?
Season 6 has been an absolute hurricane, mate.
Roller coaster.
Absolute-
Roller coaster.
Absolute hurricane. Like, it's just been absolute wildly. It's been wildly. It's been wild.
It's been a wild ride. I think the whole show has been a wild ride in general.
Yeah.
And what I liked about the show, and this is what I say to anyone, because I've had a few friends that have wanted to watch Snowfall, but they keep complaining about how slow it is.
Yeah.
If you can stick out Game of Thrones slow,
If you can stick out Breaking Bad,
if you can stick out Breaking Bad slow, you can stick out Snowfall slow.
Trust me.
Literally, like, guys.
Trust me.
And I feel like whenever a series or a show starts off slow, all they're doing is they're just establishing
And
the characters.
that is you know you're onto something when a show starts on slow. Game of Thrones has that same theme.
Literally.
Breaking Bad has that same theme.
That season 1, you're just like, what is going on here?
It does, like...
It makes no sense.
Game of Thrones is like... Yeah, you're just kind of riding it until you get to the 10th episode.
Until you see Ned Stark get beheaded.
Last episode of that season, that's when it just goes left.
Literally.
It's definitely a slow burner for the beginning part.
Yeah.
Then it takes off like a rocket and it just keeps coming at you.
But even though that it slow burns, it's because obviously you're following one main character and what I love about Snowfall is the fact that you've obviously got the main character Franklin, but you've got his surrounding characters, which is his family.
Yeah.
Every single person's story, arc, evolution, journey progresses throughout all of the seasons.
Yeah.
We're not just focusing on Franklin and his progression and his rise to being a crime boss, but you really see like the effects of these decisions.
Yeah.
You see how it affects his family, his friendships. Like even before this season, his best friend was a drug addict.
Yeah.
He had to shoot his best friend. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
do you know what I mean? He killed his first girlfriend's dad. Like, he had to make certain decisions.
Yeah.
To become this person.
Yeah.
But what I like about Snowfall is that they don't gloss over it.
Yeah.
You see how it affects every single character.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the slow burning, I think it's just so important to establish these characters, establish their relationships. But now we're in season 6, we're really seeing the demise of
Everything's
Franklin.
unfolding. Not just of Franklin, but literally everyone around him.
Everyone.
Like, everything.
Every single
people
thing.
we've been following since season 1 till now, everything's beginning to unravel.
Literally.
People are dying.
Yeah.
People are becoming undone, like mentally, like everything's
Yeah.
beginning to unravel. Like
Yeah.
Franklin is not the same person he was in season
He's
1
not.
at all. Yeah. I don't know if spoilers or if you're watching this,
Oh
too
no,
late
it's,
for spoilers.
it's guys at this point, you know, like this is a spoiler podcast.
We just spoil everything. We don't give them warnings.
Fake critics.
It's just spoil. Sorry, guys. It's an amazing thing to see. Like everyone kind of just on. Not it's not amazing to see everyone unraveling.
Oh, it's
but
not
it's
amazing.
good to see the progression. Like in terms
Yeah.
of how friends, families are just kind of breaking at the seams. Like everything is just coming apart. And I think
It shows great storytelling.
the catalyst for a lot of things, like I guess causing these things to come undone, makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not just random.
It's not
a random
yeah,
change of heart
exactly.
or anything like that. There
Exactly.
are actual tangible things that are causing things to break apart, and I think amazing.
That's what like literally like I want to get into literally the storytelling because a lot of these things is how they've told the story.
Yeah.
We haven't and this is why I keep going on about the slow burner, but this is why it's essential to have things that go slowly.
Yeah.
You don't want to just get straight into it because you're actually telling a story.
And I think that's what-
you're telling so many stories within one story.
Yeah.
So it's not only Franklin's story, it's Franklin's mum's story,
Yeah.
his uncle's story, his
Yeah.
neighbor's story, his
Yeah.
best friend's story. Do you get what I'm saying? It's all of these stories into one that show you how the crack epidemic affected different people.
And I think that's what's so beautiful about it. I think when you're dealing with this kind of drugs and like kingpins and they tend to go down a particular route where it's like it's all about the violence, it's all about the money, it's all about the drugs, it's all about the flashiness of it all, and there's not really any story behind any of the characters. It's kind of there. Oh, he's bad. He killed everyone. Then there's no real context. There's no depth. But with Snowfall, that doesn't exist. Everyone has depth in them. Everyone has poise. Everyone has a reason to be doing what they're doing. And I
Exactly.
think that's what takes it to the next level for me. This isn't just a regular, drug show that they do cocaine. We've seen that 100 billion times before. This, different.
No, I honestly agree because side note, even right now as I'm watching Power, it like the reasonings are different in my
Yeah.
opinion. Tariq, you all you want to do is sell drugs, bro.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
But some people have to.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
Which is why, just I guess, even in that, like even as you went to Power quickly, talking about Power as well. That's something we're gonna go into another episode. But Effie gave that same kind of point.
Exactly.
She was saying, not all of us have or want to be doing drugs because of da. And I think she might be the reason I might save that show because
No, honestly,
because
she almost broke the fourth wall.
yeah
Because- yeah.
go on, sorry.
No, you go on.
Yeah, no, because like it's kind of trickling into that kind of just gang violence and just shooting everyone and just killing everyone, and not really having any depth. What's going for it is Power. Power started off really well. Started off okay and got better and better and better over time, and stories kind of built more and more. And that's what's helping this series now. If it was fresh, I would just be like,
Yeah, if it was a standalone series that didn't have the backing of the original Power
Yeah.
series, it would be like, oh,
wouldn't-
whatever.
yeah, obviously it wouldn't make any sense.
Exactly. But
yeah.
because you know who Tariq's father is, it makes it that much deeper, especially because he killed his father. So it's like,
Yeah.
you want to follow his story along. But bringing it back to what I think is amazing storytelling is how you see that these characters think they want a certain lifestyle, which is drugs and money. But you see in certain characters, such as Sissy, who is Franklin's mum, and such as Unc or Jerome, who is Franklin's uncle, that as he's getting that, he's also dealing with depression. You're seeing how the decisions that they're making literally affects their mental health. And during that time, black men and mental health was definitely not a topic of discussion. And Jerome was breaking at the seams. Like, he did not want to be in the life anymore. And even with Jerome's story, like, he's a veteran. And, you know, he had his best friend Peaches, and the fact that his best friend was a drug addict and he didn't even know, and he was right in his face. It just shows you, like, the different layers that each character has. Even with Franklin's dad. Franklin's dad was a drug addict as well. Before he was a drug addict, he was a Black Panther. His parents were Black Panthers. They fought for black rights within the country. So to have your son selling the very thing that's killing the community, even that layer to it is crazy. Do you know what I mean? And then even the CIA being a white man, and you're just seeing like the power that he has, and like even how himself, Teddy McDonald, who is a CIA officer, that guy has been unhinged from season 1. He has been unhinged. Season 1, this
Teddy.
guy.
Teddy.
But even with him, you're seeing themes such as like family. Like from the beginning, you can see that he was always trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
Trying to prove that he was worth it to his dad, to the CIA. Yeah. But my point is that with the storytelling, every single person has their arc. Even with Louie, who's Franklin's auntie by marriage, because she's married to Franklin's uncle Jerome. So in this current season 6, you can see the downfall of her almost mini rise to glory or to fame, because she wanted to be the kingpin, and she was fighting for almost her rights as a woman. Even though she became almost like a kingpin in her own right, all the men were still talking to Jerome. They weren't paying attention to Louie because she's a woman. So she felt like she wanted to get the money, the power, the respect. But on Jerome's part, he was thinking, but why? Like, it's like, is the money that you have not enough? So it's like you see everyone fighting for certain things in their lives. And now Franklin has a baby on the way. It's even deeper for him. But now because of his decisions, he's having panic attacks. He can't sleep. He can't think straight. And what made Franklin so different was the fact that he was a calm, collected and cool character. Almost similar to Jamie St. Patrick's, calm, level-headed and smart. But in this season 6, this guy is just making... He's erratic now. He can't keep it together.
He's on the seam, like you can see the pressure is like getting to him now. And I feel like the pressure was always there, particularly with Franklin. But I think what's changed for him is his support network. You know, his obviously dad betrayed him. Jerome's gone.
Jerome died, guys.
His mum obviously is like, she's just been like, she's come out, she's stepped back a bit from it. Everything. So that whole support network is not there anymore. Yeah. And it's really like good. He doesn't know who to turn to. He doesn't know where to go. Like the only person he can really count on really is obviously his girlfriend and
but she's pregnant.
And Leon. Yeah, and there's the only two. But obviously Leon went to the motherland, man.
Oh my god.
So
Ghana.
Yeah, so he done his own thing. So yeah, the pressure is nuts, and you know he's like he has his reasons. He never wanted to be in this. Not that he never wanted to, but like he obviously wanted to a degree, but he never wanted to stay in it and live his life out in this. He wanted to get the money, use it as an out and bounce and do it, and then that was and Teddy took that away from him. So yeah, that's why. That's why he's moving nuts, like belligerent in this season. Like
but it's so valid.
Yeah,
the way he's moving is so valid. Like literally, Teddy, the CIA officer, took every single penny that Franklin works from the first moment that he sold any kind of drug. To have that taken away from you, bro. Even when it comes to storytelling, you can't talk about storytelling without the characters. So I think we should go into the characters bit by bit. So I want to start off with Leon and Wanda. So Leon is Franklin's best friend. Wanda is a girl from the block.
Girlfriend.
But who was she before she was Leon's girlfriend?
She was the girl from the city, a girl from the area.
Yeah, she's a girl from the area. But she literally used to be but Wanda,
like stone cold drug addict. Like,
she used to be a drug addict. She was literally addicted
all the time.
Fam, like everyone
for her next
looking for her next high. Like everyone knows her. Everyone knows her as a drug addict. Yeah. And so she was a drug addict and then she got clean.
Well, no, let's to be fair, she wasn't a drug addict initially.
No, she wasn't.
She was fine initially and then she got hooked on it.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where it changed a little bit as well, because this crack cocaine was obviously in their community is now affecting people that they actually knew now.
Exactly.
So that was her story was to turn him, because obviously that was also where Franklin's girlfriend at the time also took.
Yeah, she started
taking it as
drugs,
well.
Yeah.
So
It's switched because it's like you're indirectly the reason why she's addicted to drugs because she was exposed to rock because she was working in your trap houses.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
And it's seen that dynamic where it's like, damn, and you could see the guilt on Franklin because it was like he knows indirectly that it's his fault, but he's got to make the money because of X, Y, Z.
Because of his goals, yeah. And I think that really played on him. I think that really played on him, but it played on him. But this is where again you see the evolution of his character because it played on him but then he just didn't care. He pushed past that point of like, I guess having some sort of care for the community, and to the point where it's like, I don't care anymore. Like, I remember the scene where, what's the name of the cop, his first girlfriend's dad?
I can't remember the name.
But yeah, they were in a car together, and the cop drove him around town somewhere or one neighborhood, and was basically saying to him like, look, like, how do you sleep with all this going on? He was like a baby, and I was like, yeah, like
I completely forgot about this scene.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about that scene.
Gone, like
Literally,
he just didn't care anymore.
And I think that police officer was almost someone there that was trying to bring out his humanity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And the fact that he killed not the one person, but the fact that he killed someone that was challenging his reasoning and humanity was almost like the next step to him almost becoming
more
a different version, more numb, a different version of
version.
himself. Because at the end of the day, if you're getting into this game, you're gonna need to become.
There's level of hardness you have to have, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's
Not
not
at all.
for someone who has morals, in quote. Like,
You have to have some sort of moral, but realistically, do you know what I mean? But even back on Wanda, so obviously Wanda now got clean, and now she's clean. And she's dating Leon, who's Franklin's best friend. Now, Franklin and Leon have had their, obviously, tiffs as best friends do. Do you know what I mean? But then Leon, what do they call him? Malcolm X. because I think, and that's the thing, Leon's almost like a symbol in the show of progressive blackness. He's trying to think ahead. All of the people around him are thinking about the next big hit, the next big deal, where we're going to get more money from, we need more crack to sell. But he's thinking, guys, let's be progressive as a community, like we're killing our own people. But no one in the black community that he's talking to is actually hearing him, which is quite crazy because you can see someone that's trying to progress their community. But he took his wife, or him and Wanda went to Ghana, Accra. Sorry, I keep saying it because that's how they'll say it in the show, Ghana, Accra. But they went to Ghana to almost get away from everything. But he came back because he felt this burden of, do you know what, how can I have all of this knowledge here in Ghana and I'm not sharing it with my people? So now they're back. But no one respects the ting. They respect Leon because they know who he is. But they don't respect the fact that he's with Wanda.
It's nothing about Wanda. It's just the fact that you up to left, like literally, you got up and left, and like leave us be, like, don't come try to talk to us like you're some sort of guy when you left. Do you know what I mean, kind of thing. So obviously, I think this is I guess another kind of connection between the drug and just the show in general. Like, you have this thing that you kind of get involved in, this drug, this community, this environment, and it's almost like you have no control over how you maneuver. It just takes you away. Like, he got back into the environment within, what was it, a day or 2 days?
Literally.
He was back where he was before he left.
Literally.
So it's just like, it's so all-consuming. It's like, you actually have to stop taking that drug or get away from that environment in order
don't
to be
sell
able to set
it.
free.
Yeah, like, you can't come back to the exact environment that you were in and really and truly think that you're going to make a change. Especially when you were literally the gang leader of that particular group. So now him and Wanda are back and they're just trying to navigate their relationship, and Jerome has just died and Wanda's just thinking, do you know what, I'm scared, like I want to go back to Ghana. But Leon is thinking, I can't leave Franklin, I can't leave my community. So he has this like internal struggle or internal battle between trying to progress or move his community forward, but thinking about himself and his wife.
Yeah.
Moving on to Jerome and Louie.
So Jerome and Louie.
Louie!
I think the main thing with these two is, they clearly obviously had a rough upbringing, both respectively, like in their own individual ways, and coming together was, probably not good at doing it from the beginning. But you can see how, I I don't honestly. I don't think anything happened to. I don't think I could say progression happened in Louis in the regards of she became more sinister. I don't feel like I can say that. I feel like she always had that in her. I feel like she always had that in her. Like when she used to do stuff like she used to do back in the day, back in her day. Like I think she always had that in her. I think I don't know what happened to her, but I think something made her more confident. And I think it's meant to go and see her family when they were at the trailer in that trailer park area. That she got to kind of meant to go and see them and kind of talk to them more and essentially kind of get the confidence to kind of sidestep Franklin. But she had always been that way.
That's what I was going to say.
And also, I think because, and this is another thing, just when it comes to Louis and Jerome in particular, Jerome has family. He has his sister, he has his nephew. But Louis doesn't have any of that. She hasn't got her brother, but you don't know who her mother is, you don't know her father is, you don't know any. Just we don't know of any of her actual siblings. We know people that she grew up with who had the same struggle, and you can see how their moral compass is very different in how they handle certain things.
Think about themselves.
Yeah, like she is very self-centered, very kind of like one vision. All I care about is you and Jerome, and that's and Jerome. That's who she cares. Well, if Jerome is not the case, he loves his sister, he loves his nephew, and these are key people. These are pretty much only family we're introduced to in the whole show that are actually his siblings. We don't really hear of anything else apart from that. So this is kind of his world. Like his sister, his nephew. That's kind of his world. And obviously Louis comes into it, and she kind of rides along for a little bit. You know, everyone accepts her as Jerome's girl. But then the moment she gets a second of like, I guess, an opportunity to kind of move forward or progress forward in any kind of way, she takes it full force and pulls Jerome along with her. And I think she didn't expect or really consider how Jerome would handle or move certain things. She just thought, because me and you are family now, or me and you are together now, whatever happens, we're together kind of thing, and we come on top of anything. And it wasn't the case for him.
Not at all. Yeah, I agree with you, because I was going to say that what I think Louis grew in was in her voice. Because back in season 1, Jerome used to beat her up. Yeah, he used to beat her up. Like she came from an upbringing where she had to be smaller than she believed she is. Yeah. She had to do certain things to try and break out and have her voice. Even when she had her girlfriend or whoever she was in the club, and then Louis killed her. She wanted to become owner of the club. Yeah. Louise always tried to become something or show herself that she's bigger than what she is, or show people that she's actually bigger than what they perceive her to be. Yeah. But I think, like you said, she's been making these decisions but not thinking about how it would affect other people. Yeah. And it's so self-centered of you to happily start a war between a family because of greed, money, power, and respect. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And literally, like you said, who's her mum, please? Yeah. Does she even have... Is she an orphan? Who is she? Yeah, literally. Who actually is she?
They really make it clear that she hasn't got anyone other than the people that she kind of... Was she a hoe or a prostitute?
I think she was.
I think she was as well. I think so. They only make it clear that she had the people who she worked with.
Yeah, Candy.
As her, I guess, family, if you like.
Yeah, or support system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think with Jerome, or like one thing, because the reason why Jerome had family or had Franklin and Sissy is, from what I remember correctly, when he had the conversation with Franklin in the diner, was that he had nothing going for him. I think he had finished, he was a veteran of some sort. Mm. And it's like he had nowhere to go, so he followed Sissy. What's the husband's name again? The dad. Anton. He followed Sissy, Anton, and Franklin.
Anton.
Bruh, we didn't even talk about him. So he followed Sissy, Anton, and Franklin, and thought that Franklin would become his new purpose. He said that. So he thought he now had something to focus on, which was Franklin. So Jerome's love and affection and adoration for his family comes from that deep level of purposeness. Mm. So you could really tell when that was taken away from him, you could see the purposelessness in him. He didn't know what to do. Yeah. He didn't want to do drugs anymore. Like he didn't care. Like, and that's the thing. Maybe he didn't identify it, but he was in it for the family. Yeah. I think Jerome enjoyed the thrill of gang violence when it came to protecting his own. Yeah, he enjoyed it. He loved it because he's like, nephew, or slap your daddy, slap your daddy.
I think that was so good. Like that. I think that's the real key driver when it comes to Jerome. And just looking at, you can just see that from what he actually was doing beforehand, which was he was a veteran of some kind, he was in the war. There's obviously that deep instill of purpose and mission and drive and
Exactly.
and this is why a lot of them, when they come back home, there's nothing to do, which is why they end up with some of the paths that they go down.
Yeah.
So literally for him, like Franklin was literally his purpose. Literally, he'd be like, this is why they were so close together. They were so close, and they spent a lot of time together. And you can even see like, but it's so interesting in looking at Jerome as looking at his internal struggles, because you think about things and you think, okay, like in that diner scene, for example.
In what scene?
The diner scene.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the diner scene.
Where they were to
him and Franklin.
Yeah, where they were talking, and obviously he has a deep sense of love for Franklin, but at the same time, that next level is that I'm not a punk. You ain't gonna talk to me anyhow, regardless of anything. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. So, in as much as that might have been a bit different to an actual father, how if I was with your son, he still has that level of like, how can I?
You're gonna regard me and revere me as almost like not like a father figure, but you're gonna give me that respect.
No, as your uncle, just I think just someone who's older than you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like it's just that's just a cultural thing. Do you know what I mean?
But I was there to raise you when your dad was on drugs.
Literally, that kind of thing. So and I think, like he was really he really, and that's nothing with veterans as well. Like, which is why I love what they've done with him. In as much as I wish they explored him more, I love what they've done with him.
Enough, I think.
That veteran side of him, they didn't even show it explored enough. They only gave us. We only knew that he was a veteran because when he went back to that place to look for peaches. That's the only, if they explored that more, we can get a bit more context as to why. But I love what they've done, and it makes sense for how he is. It makes sense that he was a veteran. It make everything. That's what I'm saying. That little piece they gave to us, perfect.
So I'm saying it was enough. That's what I'm saying. Like, because Peaches was his friend from the veteran days, and obviously Peaches snakes them in season 5, but he couldn't understand or wrap his head around how and why, when, where that happened. He didn't even, and the fact that I think what hit him the most is the fact that he didn't even know Peaches was a drug addict. He didn't even know he was using. So that element of reality or of damn, like this crack thing can really affect someone. I think that's when we start to see, because he was breaking down from before that. But at that point, his breakdown just became like you could just see it. He was losing it. And then he's at this point where he's like, two people that he loves the most in this world, Franklin and Louie, going against each other. You're not going to treat my woman like crap. You're not going to come and pull a gun on my woman. But at the same time, he's my nephew. So that, so it's almost like he had to die. Because it's like, what more can I give? Louis, I've given you everything. Everything is not enough. I'm going to have to die for you.
Literally. I think that sums him up, to be honest with you. Like, he gave
incredible
his all,
character.
He gave his all. Like, he really tried his best to be balanced and fair in the context of what he had been through and who he was. That's the key bit there. Like, because you could argue that he could have gone about a different way, but that's not the point. The point is he was Jerome, a war veteran who grew up in Compton in the 80s.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean? As a black man.
Yeah. Like, he wasn't even growing up in the 80s. He grew up in the 60s.
Grew up in the 60s, sorry. And so it's like, yeah, man, that for me was... It just
he was an excellent character.
He was an amazing character.
Even right down to his death. It was like, and honestly, his death was just so crazy to see on social media. I'm the kind of person where it's like, I really get attached to the characters. And to me,
this girl was in bits.
I was crying
as if she lost her dear friend.
I lost my uncle, G. I lost my uncle, but it's not even that. It's like, I think that's a good example of storytelling. If I literally am grieving a character who's literally fictional, that is great storytelling. And not only that, so many of us on social media were posting Jerome. Jerome even made a song, and it was just crazy. Like, and even just the actor Amin Joseph, I think this is actually his breakout role, because not a lot of us knew who he was before that. But he did a stellar job. And a lot of people are saying, when's the funeral? What should we wear? Like, you've literally got Jerome. You've got sunrise to sunset. Like, people were actually like,
you're onto something when you have memes about a character. Same thing with Ned Stark. When Ned Stark died, everyone was belligerent. Everyone was like, how did this happen?
Exactly.
How could Ned Stark die? What the heck is going on here? Like,
exactly.
The same thing. So no.
Exactly.
They
stellar job.
They've done a stellar, they're like masterful, man. He's just someone that you could love but be angry at the same time,
You know
but
what I
still love.
mean?
But like, just be like, you know what, nah.
Like there are certain things like there are just certain key moments that are, it's just Jerome's character.
Just
It's
Jerome,
like
man.
slap your daddy, slap your daddy, or teach a man how to squabble. It's just like, bro, who are you talking to? Even with Jerome's death, right? That just brings me on to Franklin because long story short, what led up to Jerome's death was Louis's inevitable capture.
You know what? Yeah, Louis' character was so
Pathetic.
it was so underwhelming. Yeah, because it's like if all you know, like
Respectfully.
what are you doing riding horse, ma'am? Come closer. What are you doing riding horse? You know the man after you. You know you're not safe.
She said,
But you thought
let me go
you
ride
were
this
gonna
horse.
ride a horse. Not only did she ride horse,
She
she now gave gun back to her mate to hold for her to go and gallop on horse. My friend.
No, babe. What killed me is the fact that this horse that you're galloping on,
My friend.
you couldn't even gallop on it to get away from the people that were
couldn't
chasing
even ride
you.
the horse.
The horse bucks you off.
The horse just said, "Get off me, woman. I'm done with you."
What?
Cut.
No,
and
honestly.
left you on the floor. You were captured. And you guys know the moral of the story. Like, if you get captured by someone,
You are dead.
Bear in mind, the person who captured her, she wanted to kill him. She killed him and flopped.
No, she killed him and flopped twice. She tried to kill the G twice. Cain. She tried to
Yes.
kill the guy
She
twice.
flopped on 2 separate occasions. She flopped on 2 separate occasions, and then, first of all,
It's beyond me.
the first time she should have really had him. Like, and I don't understand why she. Anyway, it's beside the point. The point is that this lady magically got herself captured, and is now in the hands of the person who she was about to kill, however long ago. And you know, like, this is not a joke. This is not a joke thing. Like, they had plans for this chick. Like, they had plans for her. I can't really say what. I'm never gonna say what plans I have. You go and watch it, you'll see. But they had plans for her on this. They had plans for her in this show, and yeah, man. They
For me, it's
done a number on her because now anyway.
It's like, sis, you wanted the respect that men gave to Jerome. You wanted man-to-man respect. Boom. You were given that. Do you know what I mean? You know that men are after you. You're riding a horse unprotected, unarmed. That's stupid. Okay, cool. Next thing now, they're saying, give up Buckley. He was the man that you sent to go and kill Cain, and be free of this. You're coming, I'm not going to give anybody up to this. I'm thinking, babe, you know, there's a point where you realize that you're not a man.
You've actually, and the thing is, not even that you're a man. You've just lost.
You've lost. That's it.
Like,
you've lost.
Just actually just lost.
Sis, you've lost.
Man, woman, dog, tree, elephant, giraffe.
You're
goat.
right. You've lost.
You've lost. Like,
You've
you're
lost.
captured. There's no way you can go. Even if you would escape that room, you run out to the next room, you get bucked by 20 man. There's nothing you can do.
Them
It's
20
over.
man were waiting in line for
It's
her.
over. Frankly, actually just give her the truth. You know, give up Buckley and pray for a swift death.
They brought Franklin there, guys, yeah. Chai.
Pray for a quick death.
He
Pray
said,
for a swift death.
pray for a swift death.
There's nothing else. You're done here.
But the point that I want to get to is the fact that, so he says, pray for a swift death. Obviously, he can't leave his uncle's wife there. He calls the whole cavalry for everyone to come and save Louis. Jerome dies trying to save her. I'm there thinking, oh my gosh, you tried to save Louis because you wanted to, you didn't want your uncle to go through Louis having to die. But in the last episode, when she asked him, why did you save me? He said, because you made me a promise. I said, hey, Franklin Saints.
This boy has become something else.
This boy, and that's what you call.
He has become
That is what you call what?
character development.
Character development. What?
He has become something completely
Because in that
different.
warehouse, she said to him, if you get me out of this or whatever, I can give you Teddy. And then
But
he
to be
said,
honest, he lives on his thing. I don't know why she's expecting anything else when she's the one that caused this.
the girl's not serious, man. She's actually the most unserious, irritating character.
So wait, who am I talking about? Because
Louis.
Louis. No, we're not talking about Louis.
No, we're talking about Franklin, sorry, but we're talking about Franklin, but we have to bring her up real quick, man. Sorry.
You know when a character just gets not under your skin, under your soul,
Under your bones.
under your spirit. Yeah, that's what Louis does. She does it with absolute
ease.
She just
Just
flawlessly.
ease.
Just flawlessly. She doesn't even try to try. Like she don't try. She just does it effortlessly.
Just her presence.
She'll get under your skin, under your bones, under your soul, and under your spirit. And then when she's done getting under all of those things, she'll first of all to go under. Because that character, different.
And it's like, through all this, you're still saying it's Franklin's fault.
Different.
Sis, take accountability. You wanted the respect. Take accountability for what you wanted. Anyways, on to Franklin. I think Franklin's character development for me is unmatched and unparalleled in my opinion. Why? Because Franklin with drugs, right? He wasn't actually exposed. I mean, he was exposed to drugs here and there living in Compton. But he had no... His best friend, who was white, who came from a privileged background...
That's a good point.
Is who introduced him to drugs. Mm-mm. He was educated. No. He was going to school. His mom sent him to private school in the white suburbs area.
It wasn't drugs. It wasn't drugs that he was introduced to because he was really around drugs. He was around weed. The key thing is that he got introduced to cocaine.
From his white friend.
That was the key. That was where it all began for him because the moment he got... And that is such a beautiful... Not even contrast, reality.
So yeah, his best friend introduced him to it, and that's when he was first exposed.
So this isn't Leon, this is the white guy. I forgot his name, white friend.
I forgot his white friend's name. Sorry guys. But anyway, it's his best friend who's white.
He was a good guy.
You know, he was amazing, man. But I think he got addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
But he got addicted to rock, not cocaine, which is what Franklin was selling. So with Franklin's story, you can really see how it affected everyone around him. Even when it comes to the relationship he had with his dad, quickly, his dad was a Black Panther, his dad was a drug addict, sobered himself up. His dad started talking to the press to try and expose the CIA, but in that, the CIA killed his dad. So everyone around him has been directly affected by his decisions and by his desire to grow and become this crime boss. But the reason I think that his character development is unmatched, just for just different things. Firstly, it's just starting with the guy could not fight to save his... I don't think he could even hold a gun properly. No. Fast forward to season 7, this guy is... Back, as in, you cannot touch Franklin. Jerome Louie sent man to Kane's house to try and kill him. How many of them are there? It was only him and Kane together. Yeah. They had... Come on now. You know what I mean? So even in that, and where he's had to make very difficult decisions, you know what I mean? Like, he killed his first girlfriend. He killed his first love's father. Killed his best friend. He honestly, I just think, like, even to him now, where it's like you've gone through all of that, but in season 7, you've evolved to the point where you have a girlfriend, she's pregnant, you're meeting your girlfriend's mum for the first time, you're navigating that relationship, you wanted to leave the game, you invested into housing, he invested into property, and it's like to try and see him go, I guess, legit, but have to be dragged right back down to square one.
Yeah. And the worst time as well, like, I think he was in the middle of a property deal at that point in time.
Yeah, he was in the middle of a big deal. Bruh, that sent this guy over the edge.
Absolutely. Like, I've never seen someone this composure so quickly. The composure was out the window.
Is the sun hot? Is water wet? I said, Franklin, is the sun hot? When he was saying that, I said, Franklin has lost it. And then even his Morenike, his girlfriend's mum, was like, you know, I'm like, this game requires a cool head. You'll do well to remember that. And she's even been telling her daughter, listen, your man is unhinged. Come with me. I've already made passports for the both of us. Leave him. Franklin's head tilt.
True spy.
But Franklin was like...
True spy.
Yeah, man. Even that dynamic that they added, Snowfall, man. The dynamic of the fact that her and her mum, Franklin's girlfriend and Franklin's girlfriend's mum, are literally con artists. 1 minute they're talking French, 1 minute they're talking English. Even though the biggest decision that Franklin made that for me just showed that the guy was unhinged, finished, was when he killed Teddy's dad with a knife to his throat. I've never seen Franklin sit Franklin, he shot someone before. But that was hand, is that hand to body? What do you call that?
He stabbed his neck.
Okay, sorry. But do you know what I'm saying? It was close contact.
Yeah. It was definitely more personal. Like,
exactly.
You can see, especially in that moment, he wasn't playing around.
Wrong answer.
He said wrong answer. Done. Game over.
Boom. Sorry. Woo.
Yeah. So he done what he done, and that was it, man.
Yeah.
Like, he really he was laminating it. He was tired of everyone. I think that's actually what Teddy needed. Let's just quickly go on to Teddy. I mean, I don't want to be calling Franklin properly, but whatever.
Sorry, Franklin. Yeah.
Teddy again, another just unhinged character. Like
from the beginning, that guy was unhinged.
No, I think
No, babe.
Teddy was
man.
loyal. Teddy is loyal. He's
To a
loyal
fault.
to his cause. Like and he's not gonna allow anything to tear him from like for him like saving his country is bigger than his life. Like he'll down the line. Like he'll down on the line for the United States of America. He lost his wife, lost his child. People have died. He's killed reporters. He's killed.
Not even that, Maggie. His brother died because of him doing a drug deal
His brother
to
died.
fund this Nicaragua
His
war.
brother that like he's estranged from his father. Obviously, that was probably
That was
a
from
thing
before, yeah.
But again, the job exacerbated it. So it's like every kind of relationship he's had, apart from one, which is the wife he's with or the girl he's with now, who's also in that case.
She's a bona fide nutcase.
Yeah, it's broken down because of his role and his job, really.
Yeah.
And
it's like he doesn't see that. He doesn't see the detriment of this job he has with the CIA, and he's been told.
I think he does see it, but I think his thing is that he doesn't see why anyone else can't see it. He's like, do you guys don't understand that this is important here? What are you man doing? Like, why we have a conversation? Like,
Like, I'm not being funny. You stole $73 million to Franklin unprovoked. The CIA boss did not ask you to do that,
said,
and was like, "Oh, I think it would be good."
What did he do?
For the war.
He said, I stole of ill-gain assets. I said, this guy
You stole ill-gain assets.
Clown, an absolute clown, just a clown. The thing is, he has to find one, and now it's getting to crunch time. It's like now because obviously his ex-wife has come round and told him, "Listen, all this conversation you're having, I'm not having with you. Return the money. This guy has told you that me and your son's life is at danger. Just return the money." Like
that's what I'm saying, man. Just for the money
but
isn't
because
yours.
of the United States of America in his head, he's not going to return the money. He's actually, if he returns the money, well, the show's over really. But I don't think he's going to return the money. No, I'm 99.9% sure he's not returning that money.
But I'm sure the money's gone by now.
No, the money's not gone because he was talking to her about it, saying that the money's for us. So he knows where the money is.
He knows where the money. No, Teddy is just unhinged, man. It's like, so you actually sat there and thought, hey, if I steal $73 million, which is every single penny Franklin has worked for, I'm not gonna get no pushback. The guy was like, "Oh, I don't know where your money is," and Franklin was like, "Don't play with me. I'm not gonna ask again, Teddy. Where is my money?" And it's like, did you think it would have no repercussions? Why are you shocked that the guy killed your dad? And that's the thing. He underestimated Franklin. Yeah, everyone's underestimating Franklin. Franklin don't care.
I think it's not underestimating him. They've read him wrong.
Yeah,
the Franklin that they've
read him wrong.
Isn't Franklin that they play with anymore. Things have changed, which is why Louie was so shocked when he pulled a gun on her. Like he didn't expect that.
But I'm like, Louie, I'm not being funny. No, Louie, that's not.
Louie didn't expect it. Teddy didn't expect it.
She didn't expect it, but he was asking her for help. Hey, I've lost everything I have. Please, can you help me? Just give me Teddy's location. She said no. Okay, fair enough. He put a gun on her. That's
Franklin,
mad.
I don't think 2 seasons ago he wouldn't have done that.
Oh no, he wouldn't have done that.
He would have been stressed out about thinking, what can I do?
What would you like, Queen Louie? Remember, in season 5, and he said, listen, if you like, go out on your own. Because she kept on demanding that her and Jerome do it on their own. And he was saying, if you like, go on your own. But me, there's nothing I'm not going to do to get what I need to get for mines. I'm paraphrasing. So from there, how are you not picking up 2 and 2?
People can talk, but actions speak louder.
Facts.
So, yeah. Guys, this is kind of just a rant. I mean, not a rant, but like just a conversation.
Do you know,
it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, man.
We haven't even covered everything we cover.
We have what? We have obviously Snowfall that finishing in 2 weeks' time or 2-3 weeks' time. Then we have to talk about Last of Us.
No, I was saying we haven't even covered everything we wanted to cover on this thing.
We haven't.
I haven't even looked at the camera. Oh my gosh, sorry guys.
What else we got?
You were saying we've got Snowfall, we've got Last of Us.
What else we got to talk about?
Power season 3 to read. We've got John Wick 4. We've got Creed 3. There's so many things to discuss, Maggie.
Even Ant-Man. Okay.
We made a pact that we were never going to discuss Marvel again on this podcast.
No, but that's a lie. We didn't make that.
Okay, no.
That would never happen. That would never happen.
It wasn't a pact, but we agreed that, you know what, let's leave Marvel for a little bit.
No, for a little bit, yeah, because
Why are you coming to embarrass me on national television, please?
No, because you said we never discussed. We never said that.
Yes, we did.
We never said that.
Yes, we did.
You said for a period of time. Yes.
Well, I remember hearing the word never.
But now I'm thinking, do you know what? Like, someone needs to drag Ant-Man and everything that's coming after it, because I don't know what's going on, because this whole phase 4 thing, anyway, we're going to turn it here, but phase 4 was a mess. Ant-Man was meant to start phase 5 and it just dove off a cliff into, I don't know.
It dove off a cliff?
Yeah, dove off a cliff into the
What's the, as in it went head first?
Yeah. So that was terrible.
Your jokes.
I don't know what else to say about Ant-Man. Ant-Man was a joke.
I've ever since that rubbish green monster appeared on my television, I said, I'm done with this Marvel. I'm done.
I think She-Hulk just put.
And I'm not being funny. Spider-Man, what's his name? Tom Holland saying that he's done, that he's retiring or done from Spider-Man. My G, the work you've done here has just begun to begin. You better bring your ass back to the studio.
Yeah, man. I was a bit of a touchy subject because
it's touchy for us, man.
Because they're not doing the right thing.
Guys,
right
we went to a Marvel quiz last week.
Yeah.
How many questions did we know, please? Okay, no, you knew a bit. The Marvel pub quiz.
I can't remember, but we became second.
Okay,
we became second. So, yeah,
but yeah, guys, man, thank you for rocking with us today.
Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed our rant.
Yeah.
It's been a long one today, but it's justified. It's justified.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
So, yeah, we'll be back next week. I don't know what we're going to be talking about.
We're going to be discussing The Last of Us next week.
The Last of Us. If you haven't watched it, it's a show on Now TV. It's
HBO.
It's a game adaptation. It was originally a game, and they adapted it for TV, and it's amazing.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So yeah, back next week with that.
In conclusion to what we'll say, anyway, I think I recommend Snowfall. It's an amazing story. And it's the fact
How did you go from ending the show to back to Snowfall?
Because we didn't conclude it. You just jumped to the outro. I'm thinking, bro, we ain't concluded what we were discussing. We haven't even discussed Teddy properly. We didn't even finish discussing Franklin.
Listen, there's nothing to discuss. Teddy's a joke.
That's fine.
Teddy's not well.
What I'm trying to say
He's gonna die hopefully by the end of the season.
That death better be
done. All right.
De la creme. But I was just gonna say, in conclusion, guys, I really recommend Snowfall. It's an amazing story. The fact that the story is actually based on true events that actually happened in the 1980s in Compton, in South LA is incredible. Yeah. And yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I would 100% give it 10 out of 10. But yeah, thank you.
I'll give it 9.
I'm gonna give it a 10.5 out of 10.
It's alright. It needs to finish first for me to give my final thoughts, but it's good.
Yeah, no, really, but so thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for rocking with us.
We'll be back next week.
7 a.m.
Prompt.
Don't forget to catch us on Spotify. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we're on Spotify, guys. So, yeah.
Spotify, YouTube. Don't forget to be answering the Spotify polls, guys. We've come back bigger and better than ever. So make sure you show your support if you can.
Let's just hope we're consistent this time, innit?
My dear, we have to be consistent. If we're not consistent, it's embarrassing at this point.
Yeah.
Peace and love.